What photograph in March 2022? Hello PhotoPillers, Rafael the Bar here. In March we have quite a few photo opportunities. We've got the Zodiacal Light, visible from the Northern Hemisphere and the Southern Hemisphere, the Milky Way and the Galactic Center. Venus at its greatest elongation is one of the best times to view and photograph the planet. The full moon, the conjunction between Venus and Mars, the two planets will be pretty close. The equinox of March, the first day of spring in the Northern Hemisphere and the first day of fall, autumn in the Southern Hemisphere. The conjunction of Venus and Saturn, again, the two planets will be close. 5 conjunctions of the Moon with Mercury, Mars, Venus, Jupiter and Saturn. A few more cool night sky events that I'll share with you at the end of the video. And of course, don't forget the always on for opportunities, sunrises, sunsets and star trails. So let your imagination fly and decide what you want to photograph. And use PhotoPills to plan the photo you want so you can go and capture it. Okay, let's go to the planner and let's see some of the best photo opportunities that you can capture in March 2022. On March the 1st, we'll have the chance to photograph Mercury pretty close to a pretty thin moon. On both hemispheres, you'll find the Mercury-Moon conjunction pretty low in the sky before sunrise. To spot them, look in the direction of the sunrise, the thick yellow line you see on the map. The new moon is on March the 2nd, and around the new moon is a great time to photograph the Zodiacal Light. The Zodiacal Light is the reflection produced by the scattering of sunlight due to the particles moving along the entire solar system. In the Northern Hemisphere, it is visible in the west, right after the astronomical twilight ends, after sunset. Look in the sunset direction, the thick orange line you see on the map. On the contrary, on the Southern Hemisphere, the Zodiacal Light is visible in the east, before the astronomical twilight begins, in the sunrise direction, in the direction shown by the thick yellow line you see on the map. You can't miss it. March is a great month to photograph the Milky Way and the Galactic Center. In the Northern Hemisphere, it's a great time to photograph the Milky Way when it's low in the sky. You'll see the Galactic Center in the southeast directions. It's great for panoramas of the Milky Way. Once you have your plan, if you tap on the night AR button, you'll visualize the position of the Milky Way in the sky for the selected date and time here. You have the Galactic Center here, crossing point with the horizon, and as you see, here you have the Milky Way arch, which is pretty low in the sky. This is the horizon. And the second crossing point with the horizon. Again, here you have the shooting date and the shooting time. I planned the shot around new moon. On the Southern Hemisphere, if I go to the Southern Hemisphere, for example, let's go to here, New Zealand, you'll see what happens. In the Southern Hemisphere, it's a great opportunity. In March, you can photograph the Milky Way completely vertical, almost vertical. This, of course, changes depending on where you are on Earth. Again, if you want to visualize the position of the Milky Way, tap on the night AR and you'll be able to visualize. If you are at the right position, you should be seeing this. And as I said, you have the Galactic Center and the Milky Way is completely vertical. So in March is a great month to photograph vertical Milky Way with the curved Milky Way with the Galactic Center in the Southern Hemisphere. By the way, if you want to learn how to plan your Milky Way photos, watch this video. On March 12th, we'll be able to enjoy another pretty cool conjunction. But this time it's a conjunction of two planets, Venus and Mars. And again, the conjunction will be visible from both hemispheres, the Northern Hemisphere and the Southern Hemisphere. Before sunrise, look east-southeast in the sunrise direction. The thick yellow line you see on the map. You'll see Venus and Mars pretty close to each other and pretty low in the sky. And if you are in the Northern Hemisphere, you'll find them right below the Milky Way arch, which is an amazing photo opportunity. Don't miss it. The full moon is on March 18th, and photographing the full moon is always fun. So, based on the moonrise direction, the thick light blue line you see on the map, and the moonset direction, the thick dark blue line you see on the map, plan your photo. For instance, let's have a look at the plan here. I've planned a really cool image, I believe. I've placed the red pin right next to Vik, next to the rainy Zjara black beach of Vik in Iceland. And the goal here is to photograph the rising moon along with these amazing basalt columns that we have here in Vik. If you want to see the columns, here you have a photo. So on March 18th, 2022, the full moon date, around 7:48 p.m., if you are at the reaping position here next to Vik in Iceland, you'll be able to see and photograph the rising moon next to the amazing basalt columns of this black beach in Vik in Iceland, the rainy Zjara beach. And if you wish to learn how to plan your moon photos, watch this video. The March equinox is on March the 20th, and the equinox is quite a magic date. It's the moment the sun crosses the celestial equator, an imaginary line in the sky above the equator. The sun crosses it from south to north. It's the beginning of the spring in the northern hemisphere and the beginning of fall-autumn in the southern hemisphere. It's also a great date, a great time to photograph the zodiacal light and the auroras. Also, on March 20th, Venus, the brightest planet, will be at its greatest eastern elongation, which means that the planet will be further away from the Sun, giving us a great opportunity to view it and photograph it. And of course, on both hemispheres, Venus will shine in the early morning sky with a magnitude of -4.4, which means that Venus will be visible at the naked eye. Remember that celestial bodies with magnitudes below 6 are visible to the naked eye. Before sunrise, you'll find Venus pretty low in the sky, in the sunrise direction, the thick yellow line you see on the map. Also, on top of it, Mars and Saturn won't be very far away from Venus. You'll have the three planets dancing. At the end of the month, there are a few more conjunctions. On March 28th, Venus, Saturn and Mars will be pretty close to a pretty thin moon. And on March 29th, the planets Venus and Saturn will be pretty close too. And on March 30th, it's Jupiter that will be in conjunction with the Moon. On both hemispheres, you'll find the conjunctions pretty low in the sky before sunrise. So, to spot them, look in the sunrise direction, the thick yellow line you see on the map. Okay, there is more. Let's continue with some of the best night sky photo opportunities that we have in March. This is for the deep space lovers. On March 2nd, during the new moon, you'll have the opportunity to try to see and photograph in one night all the 110 deep space objects that form the Messier catalog, also known as the Messier objects. And this event is known as the Messier Marathon. And in 2022, you'll have two opportunities to complete the catalog. The first one is on March the 2nd, and the second one is gonna be in April next month. So what are the deep space objects included in the catalog? Well, we have the M45, the Pleiades, the M31 Andromeda Galaxy, the M33, the Triangulum Galaxy, and so on, 110 in total. Just search Messier catalog in Google and you'll find all the objects. So on March the 2nd, be ready to enjoy the night sky, and I wish you clear skies. And now the section where I feature real photo plans. Real and fresh photo opportunities ready to be captured in March 2022. Photos planned by me, and why not, photos planned by you. So let's play the Imagine, Plan and Shoot game together. So, if you want to participate, you have a photo opportunity that you want me to feature in April, in next month's video. If you plan a photo with the Milky Way, the sun, sunrise, sunsets, the moon, that you want me to feature it in the future videos, just send me the plan to this email, Raphael@photopills.com. Raphael@photopills.com. Send me the plan and I'll feature it. How can you send me the plan? Easy. Tap on the More button here at the bottom, tap on Action, and you can email it to me via email. Here you have the email button. Also, you have an idea of photo you want me to plan, just send me a quick description of the photo you want, the location, the subject, and I'll try my best to plan it for you. Again, send me the description via email, via Raphael@photopills.com, Raphael@photopills.com. Long story short, these are three cool photo opportunities that I found for March. The first one is the Milky Way arching above Cathedral Rock in Sedona, in Arizona. The red pin is the shooting spot, and as you see, the Milky Way is arching above Cathedral Rock. And this photo is happening in March on March 3rd, 2022 at 5:03 a.m. is when the Milky Way will be arching above the Cathedral Rock, and I'll have the galactic center in the southeast directions. Pretty cool. The second one is the moon setting aligned with the Celia shipwreck in Namibia, in the Skeleton Coast. This is a pretty cool location. I've been there in one of our expeditions to Namibia, the PhotoPills expedition. So the right position is measuring spot, and as you see, the moon is setting aligned with the Celia shipwreck in Namibia, which is pretty cool. So I have my shooting spot, the right position. The shooting date is the full moon date, March 18th, 2022, around 6:42 a.m. Clear skies, guys. And the third one I want to share with you is the same shot I planned with the moon here in Big. In this case, the sunrise aligned with the basalt columns in Big. Pretty amazing. Again, I have my shooting spot, the right beam position, and the sun is rising next to the basalt colors that we have here in Big. Shooting time, well, the sunrise, you have the time on the top panel, 7:11 a.m. around 7:11 a.m. Pretty cool. Okay, in this video we've seen some of the best photo opportunities that, well, you can photograph in March. If you want to know what to photograph in April, May, June, and the rest of the year, watch this video. And if you have an event you want to share with us, please leave a comment below. I'm always looking for new cool events to photograph. And thanks for sharing. And now, some of the best photos you have submitted to the PhotoPills Awards in February, at least at the time of recording this video. The first one is a beautiful sunrise through the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, taken by Victor Lam. Actually, if you want to learn how to plan this kind of photos, I recorded a video on how to plan when the sun and the moon are going to be inside the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, so you can watch it, you have the link here. The second one is a fantastic Milky Way shot by Gary Batsara, taken in the cave of Tangamos Beach in Indonesia. And the third one is a very nice thin moon in golden hour, taken by Nate Sinon in the North Avenue Beach, the North Avenue Beach Lighthouse in Chicago. Now, if you wish to learn how to photograph all the events I mentioned in this video, I invite you to download our super detailed photography guides. I'm gonna leave a link to the guides in the description of this video and in the first comment below. And as always, if you like this video, give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next Wednesday with another video. And remember that you have the power to imagine, plan, and shoot legendary photos. Bye!